Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United vs Granada match reaction, which was depressing, death wishing for my eyes. I want to bleach my eyes, or rather watch paint dry. Honestly, this was. I watched the Champions League yesterday, and we all three watched the Champions League yesterday. PSG versus Bayern, and that was beautiful. Then we got graced today, the Thursday night's European football in the Europa League, and it was dog shit. It was dog shit, and we'll get into the player ratings. We'll get into what happened. You know the analysis, all that. But before we do that, do subscribe if you're new. To smash a like. But yes, gentlemen, what do you guys think of that? I don't even know if I can call it a performance. That I'm gonna say. What did you think of that?
Yeah, they're gonna start calling us the toxic fan base because we complain after victories. It's becoming a theme now. But like, what can you say really? It was a dull affair. It was very very dull. It was very very boring. I think Granada weren't bad. They were decent. I think the first 5 minutes they were ferocious. And I think the last 20 minutes, I think they had the slight edge. But overall, I think final ball, I think they lacked with that. It wasn't great. And if better and they had better players up front, I think there's an argument to say they could have won this game. But we were very pragmatic. That's the word I think describes our performance today. Like we went there to just get the job done, and it didn't matter how we did it. First half, it was counter all the way. That's what we're looking to do. Yes, we held the ball from time to time because that's how football works. But then we were looking to feed on their scraps, and I think the goal is an example of that. It wasn't something, as Flex was saying on the United stand, you can plan for. It was very circumstantial. You know, um, Lindelof looks up and Granada in six and sevens. I don't know what they were doing. And he hits a brilliant long ball, and Rashford in touch. And it was a really, really good goal. So I commend the two for that. But it's not something you can say the team worked on and it's coming from the technical team, not at all. So I'm not going to give them credit for that. But it was a lead, and we'll celebrate that. And second half, it looked like we were trying to take the sting out of the game. Yes, we did hold the ball, but then we weren't really trying to go for it because we wanted to just get it over the line. And I think because of that, Granada had a little bit of the edge, but at the end of the day, we won 2-0. So, that's the only stat that matters. And as much as it wasn't the best football, at the end of the day, we're 1 foot in the semi final, and that's great.
Okay.
Speaking of 1 foot in the semi-final, we got 3 toes out. Bad analogy, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. It took me a second to think what you were saying, but yeah,
They,
three players missing.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Two
Wow.
vital players.
Well,
To Ollie's football, yes. Two
Not
vital
with the
players are
2
missing.
not with the 2-0 lead, I think. I think it's way too far for Granada now.
Yeah, it should be.
it should be.
It should be. But I hate saying that it's never done until it's done. United was very much a shoot on sight team today, and it showed in all their chances. They never put that final ball in, like you said. They never tried for that easy tap in. They were just shooting and hoping for the best. So De Gea was barely troubled. In the first half, he was. It got close at times. It really did. When we were trying to
Hit the
play
bar
a
as
little
well.
bit more. Yeah, exactly. But like those attempts
That was
were
a mistake.
very, very close.
On purpose.
Exactly.
Kenny was crossing.
It was a cross.
But yeah, first half was just, yeah, it was lackluster. We made Granada look like the better team by a mile. We looked like the cowards. We looked like we were versing Bayern Munich, and we had to sit back and let them attack us. We looked like we had to. It wasn't a choice of us trying to control the game. Then second half, Ali just straight up went, hold the ball. Have fun, hold the ball. And that's what we did. So we dominated possession for the rest of the game, and then each team hit each other on the counter. That's the story of this game. It should have
Look,
never ever been what we talk about in a Manchester United game against Granada.
I'm happy with the victory, and I'm happy that we're moving forward in the competition. But then, yeah, this football can't continue next season.
Exactly.
Ole needs
This
to
football, yeah.
scrap
This
it.
football will sack him next season.
Can't continue next season. Yeah,
It's better throughout this time.
not what we signed up for.
Exactly.
This
So.
is Jose Mourinho.
Exactly
What's the
what it
difference?
is. Exactly it
As
is.
open.
Football like this is only acceptable at a club like United when it brings a trophy back home. That's the only time it's acceptable. And even then, I'm questioning my life decisions because I'd rather go watch.
Honestly, for me, no. I think short term, yes, because as I say, it's about the folding process. But mate, I don't want to be winning trophies with this football at Manchester United. I think after you've gotten the appropriate amount of time at this club, it's quick fire, forward football, wing play. That's the only thing that's acceptable because that's DNA. And if you can't give that after the appropriate amount of time, there's no choice. You need to get sacked.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to see what happens because, like you said, we do have one foot into the semi-final. Thankfully, the result itself is perfect. I think Malota predicted it, so well done to you. The result itself is perfect. Clean sheet, 2 away goals. It should be tied down. It should really be tied down. But we are missing Harry Maguire, which I couldn't be asked. Our captain is still on the pitch.
Yeah, I was about to say exactly that. We're missing the figurehead captain,
Exactly.
the
So
real captain.
We're
At
missing
least you
Ollie's
have the
captain,
armband.
though, which is
I
gonna be
mean,
interesting to see how he does it.
yeah,
Fans definitely not going to react negatively, but the backroom staff's going to be very, very negative about this.
I still can't be asked. We lost Scott McTominay, can't be asked. Luke Shaw, though, I can be asked. I can definitely be asked because he is a vital player for us. He is a very vital player for us. He's probably runner up for our player of the season. So obviously missing Luke Shaw will hit us. I actually do like the sub that Ollie made. Bring Tellers in, maybe just to feel out how the team was. Just to check how it is. Maybe give Luke Shaw a bit of a rest, especially because the Spurs game is coming. So I like that. And when Tellers did come on, I didn't really notice a drop off. I actually thought Tellers looked a bit
Maybe he
lively.
was.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think he was probably avoiding a raid as well.
Mm.
He scored from that night with Fred.
Exactly.
I'll
But
never forget that. There's one thing I'll never forgive Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for at this club is not making that sub.
us three all will never forgive him for not ever making that sub. But anyways, yeah. In terms of the game, listen, there really is much to say. Granada are awful. We made them look better than they are. We are awful as well. So it is what it is. Nothing changes. Our play is boring, lackluster, pragmatic. It's not what we want to see going forward. But we got the win. So in Ollie's head, it's job done. It's job success. However, I am with Clay. I want to see. It might be good. Not us as fans might not care about the players missing for next game, but what will Ollie do? Because that means Axel will probably have to play. Baye won't be there. Tellers will have to play, which is kind of fine. Scott I can't be asked. Whether it's Fred, Matic, or Donny ahead of Scott, it is what it is. So that's fine. But anyways, gentlemen, yeah, let's get into these player ratings because I think there will be some. Nah, let me not even hype it up. This player rating will be dead. This player ratings are dead.
It'll just be okay.
Yeah, that'll be okay. Starting off with David De Gea. I wouldn't say I'm really surprised. I asked you guys on the last show what do you think, and we said Dino could play, but that would just mean David is definitely out of the picture. I still think David is out of the picture. Ollie will probably say, listen, we put David in the Europa League. He's still number one goalkeeper. It's just a switch of roles. There's nothing, to read out of the book. In fact, there's footage out of Carrington where Ollie is basically in a camera saying, get some nice pictures of the goalkeeper smiling because there's a war zone in the press, So that was leaked. But yeah, David De Gea, first half, I think he was a lot more troubled than second half. But even when he was troubled, it wasn't really anything ridiculous, It was just good shots from range that he dealt with strongly. But other than that, nothing really extraordinary, nothing really changes with the goalkeeping situation. So I'll just give David De Gea a 6.
Yeah, no, I feel like to a certain extent, after what happened tonight, he kind of meant it when he said we have two number ones. I know we don't all agree with that, but I do think part of me, probably not going to happen, but part of me does feel like next season we'll still be in this situation for at least another season. I think Ole is willing to keep up with that, and I think priorities are going to be other signings and other business. But yeah, now what can you say? What did he do today? So I'm going to give him a 6. Let's just do it.
I mean, kept the clean sheet, made a couple saves. I have no reason to think he shouldn't get a 7 in my head.
Yeah,
just simple as that.
But then again,
there's nothing spectacular, but it was good enough to deserve a 7.
It's just the whole performance is lackluster, so I'm not really gonna hype up
that's
anyone.
fair.
That's the thing. Even Luke Shaw. I mean, I'm not gonna hype up Luke Shaw today. We're like, meh. Going forward, meh. Defensively, meh. You can hold that 6 as well. I'm very gutted that you're gonna miss next game though. So Ash, that's 6. I should be not carrying you to a 5 because what do you think? But it's fine. The referee was dodgy. I will admit the referee was mad dodgy. But anyways,
He was. He was. Yeah, no. It wasn't. It wasn't a mission okay game. Going forward, didn't really see him. Defensively, there was some suspect moments here and there, but nothing too costly. And I think, yeah, no, it warrants a 6.
No, 6 of those stats just a net game. I just cut short as well, so yeah.
exactly. 6. I'd give Tellers a 6, as well. To be honest, I think he might have even been a little bit better than Luke Shaw as did in the first half. So
I would agree.
He made one nice cross.
Exactly.
No one got to it, but he did it.
Robbed off an assist, Tellers,
Cavani
because of a shit
brought-
striker. That's all. But I'm not gonna get into it yet. I won't get into it yet. You might be able to speak about it if we have time later on. But anyways, Harry Maguire. Yeah, you thought he was a centre forward today, Harry Maguire. That's what he did. Classic running forward just into space because, like, I'll be honest with you, I said it many times. If I see Harry Maguire running towards me, I'm not gonna care. You do what you want to do, and that shot, and I see it. I was like, that's exactly why you're allowed to run forward because you can't
See
do
that football.
anything. Yeah, no, I seen it. That shimmy. Oh my word! It might have been the biggest shimmy ever done in football. It might have been the biggest unit shimmy I've ever seen in football. But yeah, he was again nothing too crazy, nothing too bad to say about Harry Maguire. Again, the yellow card is obviously cancelled enough for next game, so Ollie will definitely be annoyed by that. I can't be asked, but like I said, without Eric Bailly, it's basically Twanzebe has to play there. And I like Axel, but I know lots of people don't like Axel. Lots of people would actually trust.
And Ollie hates him.
Exactly, and I know lots of people would actually trust Harry Maguire, so it's a big, big miss in some people's eyes, but I'll give Harry Maguire a 6.
Yeah, no, he's gonna get a forced rest. It's great. He plays too much.
Usually
But
injured.
yeah, no. Yeah, but nah, I think he didn't do anything that warrants a 7. I don't think so. But he had his moments, a few tackles here and there, and a few things in the offensive areas. So I'll agree with the 6.
Yeah, I would say without the yellow card he gets 6.5, but unless you have next game's a 6.
Averaging of 6s here. Averaging 6s. It's gonna change now, though. It's gonna change now.
Time to keep the clean sheet.
Yeah. Now, man of the match is 100% Victor Lindelof for me. The assist, I know Clayton will talk about it, but Victor's long ball. Classic Victor long ball. Just straight up into the air. Yeeted Rashford, beautiful first touch, beautiful goal. He walks away with an assist. But other than that, I actually thought Lindelof was solid defensively today, Anything that came within the box, he was mainly the guy dealing with it. His passing was pretty good. Obviously, he got a mad assist. Calm head, always in the right place at the right time. So without a doubt, Victor Lindelof, my man of the match. He kept his head cool as well. Because he got a yellow. He was also missing next game. And then we in serious trouble. So bonus for Victor Lindelof. And I'll give him 8 out of 10, man of the match.
I wouldn't say classic because I have been sus about his long balls in the post. But nah, it was proper. It was a real quality ball. It was Pogba-esque.
I was thinking the same thing.
So
No, it's Lindelof-esque.
No.
Put that in your vocab now. Time to put that in your vocab. Let's go.
It's more Maguire.
yeah, but defensively I didn't see much. I won't lie, but I do think it was better than Maguire. And it was an assist. It led to a goal. We only won 2-0. The other one was a penalty, so he played a vital part in our win today. So, yeah, I'll give him 7.5, man of the match.
Yeah. Imagine you seem blown away and then you waited and you're like, yeah, actually. I like that a lot. Because you know what? He was our best performer today without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep.
There's no one else that came close to him today. And that is sad as all hell. I never thought I'd be saying this on this show, but it's a Lindelof man of the match for me as well.
I
And
know.
that's a clean sheet. Oh
Imagine.
no.
History's been made today.
But yeah, I really do appreciate Lindelof and what he does for this team. And again, I thought he made a lot of blocks in the right times, a lot of tackles, interceptions. I felt he was all over this game, and he had the defense pretty read. And again, had them limited to the shots at distance, mainly from his right side. That's where the majority of the shots from distance were coming from that didn't trouble the hair at all. So I have to give him some credit for that, for not letting them go through it, whether it was a tactic or just a little bit of pressure. I think that helps a little bit. But yeah, I just think brilliant ball from him as well to find Rashi, pick him out. It's beautiful whenever I see him with the long balls. I have faith in Victor to actually make something happen with the long balls, not 10 times more
Definitely.
than Maguire.
Yeah, no, yeah,
He
100%.
doesn't get the liberties. So yeah, I'm very happy that it walked with an assist. It was clinical from Rashford. It was good. So yeah, I'm agreeing with the 8.
And I think you're right. As much the only difference that Maguire gets is allowed to do it more, and Victor
Yeah,
doesn't get the
exactly.
leeway
Doesn't
to.
get the liberty to.
Yeah,
And the only difference between Maguire and Lindelof is literally heading.
that's
Lindelof
it.
can't head a ball to
Literally,
save his
exactly.
life.
Can't win anything
Otherwise,
in
they have
the
the
air.
exact same skill set.
If only you could jump all the time, like when you jump to need a guy in the head, But it's fine.
Exactly.
If only.
The beautiful Clyde. I can see it in my
Exactly.
head again.
Exactly. I'll never forget that
I
as
can see
well.
it in the distance
I'll
from me.
never forget that as well. But anyways, we move on. Aaron Bissaka, I think it's going to be mixed about this guy because I've seen lots of people saying that he had a good performance. There's lots of people saying he had a bad performance. But I'm in a bit of the middle. I think going forward, he was okay. Defensively, I thought he did what he had to do. What I don't like about Aaron Bissaka today, though, again, is just he's playing as a centre back. That's what it looks like. He just plays as a centre back, and people say it's just him being him, but it can't be. It can't be. It just can't be because if it was him just being him, he would have been getting shouted at, even by any coach, any basic coach. They'd be like, "Why are you always here?" And they would start to even rotate him, even for Twanze if it was that desperate. So I don't think it's his fault, but Aaron Bissaka, I think he's getting very underappreciated at our club these days. I feel like people forget this guy, just like Harry Maguire. He never really misses a game. He plays every game. His debut season, he was probably one of our best players of the season. He's probably player of the season. Before Bruno Fernandes came, I gave him player of the season. I know Martial won, but in my head, Wan Bissaka. So I feel like this guy is underappreciated. I feel like the hate he gets is unwarranted. I do think he still needs a Teles, if you want, at the right hand side. But in terms of today, I thought it was a solid performance from Aaron. But I'm not gonna hype him up too much again. I'll just give him a 6. I think Moloto is lagged out. Yes.
Oh.
Oh my. Let me just pause it. We'll be
Yeah.
back, guys. Alright, I think we're back. Moloto. We were speaking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Never mind.
Did he just die again?
I think I think you can't write Clay. Why don't you go about Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, I thought he was just decent going forward. It feels like he's just had this very consistent inconsistency going forward. I felt like not too much play goes to him on that right again. It's very weird sometimes. It's almost as if we prefer to play through other outlets, so it doesn't feel like he gets a chance to show what he can do going forward like he used to. And still, at times, he does get that liberty, but it's not all the time. And I feel today was one of those days where he just wasn't really given that much time nor space to go forward and wasn't instructed to do so. But I thought defensively he was very solid. I thought he played classic Aaron Wan-Bissaka defense, and he just swept up almost everything that came down that right-hand side when it was coming at speed, and he needed to be there. He made that tackle every single time, and he won it every single time. And we don't see that too often anymore, just because teams know that they can't do it. So it's nice to see that again from Aaron, but I wouldn't push his rating up too high just from his defensive performance. But I definitely don't think it was a bad performance for him. So I'm thinking I'll go to 7.
I wanted to give him a 7, but it didn't feel right to me to give him a 7. It doesn't seem like a 7 from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. When you get a 7 from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you think some few slide tackles here and there, someone got pocketed. Yeah, it was a bit interesting. And Moloto is gone once again. Alright, Moloto. Hopefully you're actually alive now. Aaron
Wow.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, no, sorry about the technical difficulties. To be honest, I don't know what he did, guys. I just don't know what he contributed in this game. I didn't notice him, so for that, I'm gonna give him a 5. I think a 5 might even be nice.
Okay,
No lie.
so there's the contrast you need to talk about.
That's the contrast. I
Please,
said
can
it.
you explain? Can you ever set the 7? Please explain, because I'm lost.
Hey, my numbers always go first. I said I can't
Exactly so.
justify 7, but you know.
Yeah, because I just thought he had a fantastic defensive performance. I thought he was really solid. He made a lot of last-ditch tackles. I felt he was very much the Aaron Wan-Bissaka we love to see. You know, the 99 slide tackling. He won everything. You know, as much as there were some negatives going forward, I still felt he had a really good defensive performance.
And I said it before. I think you lagged out though, but I said it. This one's gonna be controversial because everywhere
To be
I
honest,
see it.
I saw Bruno do more defensive work.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I knew this one was gonna be the most controversial one because some people thought he had a great game, some people thought he had a bad game, and I was just in the middle, you know. So interesting, very interesting. Oof. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go once off. Oi, I need to knock the whiteboard. I'm gonna go once off for these 3. Once. I'm not even. Yeah, let me clear some space here. Before I do anything, let me clear some space. No. So I just think, let me clear some space. Congratulations, Victor Lindelof, on your man of the match on the RDA. Yeah. There we go. Scott 4, Pogba 5, Bruno 6 only because he scored a penalty. Otherwise, I would have given him a 5 as well. Pogba, I think, you know, obviously Paul Pogba, that was very quiet from Paul Pogba in a game like this. You expect more from Paul Pogba. He lost the ball a lot today, you know. He was very pressed very heavily, you know. Expect to do better from him. Got the yellow card, which is a bit nerve-wracking. As for Scott, I don't even know what Scott did. I didn't know Scott was playing, to be honest with you. I didn't know Scott was playing. As for Bruno Fernandes, frustrated, but he gets a penalty goal, and the penalty was shit. Thank God it went in, and it's the reason why we're comfortable in the second leg. So, Bruno, if it wasn't for that, yeah, you were going to get knocked out today.
Yeah, I thought Scott was okay. I thought he was okay retaining the ball, but when he did, it was all sideways passes and nothing productive going forward. And defensively, I saw 1 interception in the first half, and then I didn't see any tackles, to be honest. So, yeah, I just thought, I was looking at him, and I thought this was a kind of a trial to see if he can. We know he can't be the only 6 in the team, but you see what Ole sees. Maybe Ole sees a vision, and he failed dismally, and he's not the future in that position. But yeah, I thought it was just okay. I'll give him 4. I'll give him a 5. I'll be nice.
5 for Scott. You gonna give the other ones a rating once off, so we just go with it?
Oh yeah, Pogba. Yeah, no, nowhere to be seen, honestly. Like, okay, to be fair, I do feel like the Granada players were hounding him, especially in the first half. They were very wary about his creativity, so whenever he got it, they were all around it. And it didn't help because it was more the Pogba of old who annoyed me so much because he kept losing balls in deep positions, and it was very dangerous. And I saw a lot of that today. But going forward as well, I thought he was just okay. You know, there wasn't any of the flair that Paul Pogba usually has. It was kind of side to side, you know. So I was a bit disappointed, and I think I'll match the 5. Imagine. And then Bruno, nah, mate, stop violating.
I'm not violating.
You know, 2-0. I don't care how the rest of the game was. 2-0, it's important, you know, because of the second goal. We're in the semi-final. Yes, I'll agree. His performance was very sus. Like, he was nowhere to be seen. But just because of the penalty, I'm gonna give him. Okay, now I'll give him a 6.5. I was gonna give him a 7, but I'll balance it.
All that hype was 6.5. All that hype was 6.5. You say I'm violating. You violating more. Man is hyping up like he's gonna get a 7 or 8.
I was going to, but then I saw the reaction in your face. I saw Clayton drinking water.
No. I don't want to be subjected to peer pressure for the second time.
Yeah, exactly. We make our own decisions here. I don't care what anybody else thinks. But yeah, I'm gonna be just harsh on everyone. I think 4s for the pivots and a 5 on a Bruno.
5 for
I,
Bruno.
I love Bruno. I'm one of the biggest advocates for Bruno. Today was absolutely shocking. If he scored that penalty with a bit more determination, I would have bumped up to a 6 with you.
Yeah.
But that was a
Probably would've missed.
half-assed attempt.
It
I've
was-
never seen
that-
Bruno
that
give
pen.
such a bad pen.
And you know, my dad was like, he's gonna score, he's gonna score. I'm like, I don't feel good about this penalty.
Yeah.
And then he does that, and I was like, oh.
Bruno was shaky the entire game.
Is it though?
He got nothing done.
I know it wasn't the greatest pen,
Or was
but
the
then why
goalkeeper
couldn't the keeper
100%?
save it?
The goalkeeper.
He
Was
did
it not
save it. He
because-
was the shit keeper.
No, it was
What?
a bad point. It was
Or
bad.
did it not have enough power to get
No,
through?
no,
either
that
way?
thing
It might-
was a P roller. That man just hit it into the net.
It wasn't a good pen.
I don't know.
Bruno take
Jens.
a million better penalties than that.
Yeah,
Pop
yeah.
would have missed. Pop would have taken
Okay, now you
a billion steps
I
towards
would
the
have
penalty. The ball
preferred
Yeah.
him hitting it over the bar than that,
Pogba
if
would
I'm
have at
being
least put some more power on it. I don't want Pogba to take the penalties, but I know at least there's going to be some power.
Don't
You know,
worry,
some
at least
oomph
it
in
would have
Pogba's
been the
penalty.
94th minute by the time Pogba
Yeah,
took
exactly.
the pen, so we're going
It would have
to
been game done. The penalty was going to be the last kick of the game. But anyways,
Exactly.
he scores it. He scores it. You know, Bruno. Hey,
But it was
Bruno
such a
is the most
terrible
inevitable player in the world. He's the most inevitable player in the world.
It's class.
game. I hate that he played 90
Exactly.
minutes there. I've just
That's
said
what
that
all-class
right
players
now.
do.
I hate that he played 90
You know,
minutes.
even in shit games, they can
Yeah.
still have an impact.
He looked exhausted though, and I didn't want him
He
to.
did.
As soon as I
He's
saw that
been
Van
a bit
Beek, I was like,
exhausted, to be
yes,
honest.
Bruno's going
This
off.
man is
and I
burnt.
just-
He's burnt. Yeah, so you know we'll just have to, and he's not gonna miss the next game. But anyways, yeesh. I know he's gonna go, gents. And I know he's gonna go. His decision making isn't the pen though. Yeah, this guy. His decision making is in the pen. He's very injured. He's broken. Broken. Definitely broken. So like I said, I am going very easy on Marcus Rashford over the next however long until, you know, I know he's gone on the beach or an island, somewhere gone, operation done, you know, relaxed. I will be very lenient to Rashford because I am nowhere near a biggest Rashford, you know, fanboy, as everyone will know if you watch this channel. Because I am not a Rashford fanboy, so I judge it how I see it. I'm basically his big brother, you know, tough love. And the same like Bruno, I think overall, poor game. But the goal, majestic. First touch, godly, calm and collected in front of goal. Beautiful goal. Hey, I'm gonna... And I know you guys will hype him up for me, don't worry. I'll give Rashford a 6.
Rashford's gonna ruin his career if he keeps on with this attitude, because you
Ollie's
can't
gonna
just keep
ruin his career.
playing. True, Ollie does take a certain amount of blame, but then, you know, when a player is insisting that he's fit, when 20 minutes in you can see he's dying, then it's also on him as well. So
No, but it's
yeah,
on the manager. If you see 20 minutes in,
It's
he's
on
dying,
both.
get him off.
It's
on
a bit of
both.
both now. It is a bit
It's
of both.
definitely both, but Ollie holds more blame.
Yeah, Ollie holds more blame, for sure. I don't.
Maybe like a 70-30
I wouldn't
split, I'd
blame
say.
Rashford for saying he wants
Yeah.
to play.
I never would.
But at the same time, when it's getting to this
Ah,
extent,
yeah,
boy,
you can say
grow
that.
up.
But if he wants a shorter career, he must do that.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
that's
the
just
thing.
how I see it. And I know he loves the club, but then you have to prioritize yourself as well. So I don't completely agree with that. But that touch, gents, that touch, what? And then the finish, that was world class. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah.
Clear your boy.
I admittedly I didn't pay too much attention to the first half. It bored me half to death, so I can't say too much about it. But whenever I looked up and I saw Rashi was doing something, he looked pretty lively. It didn't look quite like an injured player. It did look like he had a lot of moments where he felt himself. It felt like he could take on the player. It felt like he could go for the dribble. It felt like he could try and make something happen. It's like the classic Rashi performance, where I felt like just things ended up going his way at the end of the day, so I think it deserves a bit of a good rating for that performance. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna agree at the 7. I'm not upset with the 6 at all. I think it was a bit justified, but I do think the goal was fantastic and it needs a bit of praise.
No, the goal was fantastic. The goal was absolutely fantastic. But anyway, yeah, we move on. Mason, my boy, you my son. You definitely my son. But few things today, you know, as your father. Yeah, that's exactly that. You came home, pa, across your face, because your first touch was off Lukaku yesterday. I don't know what happened to your first touch. Your
Okay.
step overs. I love your step
Relax.
overs. But you need to learn something else now. You know, you do need to learn
I have to
something
say
else.
this right now. You want to talk about Rash's brains? Mason's brains were all over the place today.
Yeah, but
I'm
at
not
least
gonna
at least
lie.
Mason crosses. And when Mason cross, it's way 10 times better than Rashford's cross. So, and plus, you know, Mason's still young. He's still very young. So, you know, I expect it to come over time. But yeah, Mason, the first touch, Lukaku-esque. I liked your crosses today. What else did I say? Oh, the step overs annoyed me. The step over was really annoying me. I know last season it was step over, bang, goal. Now it's time to learn something else, you know. I know it's, you know, you're comfortable with it. I know it's hard to learn other things, but I back you, you know. You got a goal last week with your header. You said you've been wanting a header goal. So, you know, I think you get these games when you're a young player like this. But, yeah, Mason! This might be the lowest rating I've ever given Mason. I'm gonna give Mason a 4.
Mm. Yeah, no. To start, I feel like he was dropping down way too deep, and I think that's a sign of a striker um, who's not getting service. He'll do that, so I won't blame him too much for that. But then when he was doing that, he was losing the ball left, right, and center, and it was annoying. And I feel like Mason is the future of the striker role, but then he needs to be the striker and learn to just chill in that area a bit more. I'm not against the interchanging of roles. I'm not against him dropping off, but I think he does it way too much. And
But
I do
the
feel
thing is,
like
it's
if
tactic. We want to play with a striker that drops off. We definitely want to
I
play
don't
with a
know,
striker
the
that
thing
drops
is the thing. I don't think Martial does it as much as he does. I think Martial controls it a bit more. I think Mason is just all
Yeah,
over the
because
place,
again,
honestly.
it's what he's comfortable with. It's what we've been using for the past season, and we've had great success with it. As
True,
much
true.
as I don't think Greenwood is the finished product or anywhere near that class of doing that, I agree with you in the standard that I don't want to see him doing it. But I think it's a tactic that we're very reliant on a striker coming off
I
by the
get you.
foot and trying to find control. But Mason isn't that player.
I get you. I just don't think he's doing it properly. I think Martial
Yeah.
plays the false nine role really well. I think Mason, you find him on the wings way too much. It's like he's more interchanging with the other wingers than actually playing a false nine
I
role.
felt
So
like I saw
I just feel
Rashford
like
striker more than him today as well.
No, he did. Second half, 100%.
Yeah.
true, but I don't like that. Maybe that is tactic. I agree with you. So blame on Ali Azo. But I feel like we kind of need a striker in the box. But yeah, I think it was just an okay game for him today. I'm gonna give him a 5.
5. Can't make this up. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll fix my camera in a second.
Okay.
But
That you
I
like
do think no, I'm here. But so Mason, I definitely don't think it was a good performance today. I think could have done a lot better. I wanted him to do a lot better, and it felt like he just disappointed everything. You know, recently we've been praising him a lot, and I think today was that drop-off game. He has played a lot of minutes recently, and he barely got a rest today as well. So I can't blame him too much on that. I do feel like he had like a Bruno performance where I just felt like he tried so hard, but he was so tired and physically drained after like a certain point in the match that he just couldn't anymore. And I just want the best for Mason, and I do think he's the future. I'll say this every single time. Mason is the future of United. Mason and Rashford for the next 10 years are basically going to be United's front three, part of the next front three. But Mason is not a false nine. He doesn't need to keep on swapping wings 24/7, especially when Rashford just went striker for like the entirety of the game at a point. So Rashford went off. I I didn't like that. I want Mason to assert himself on the game. I wanted to be in that box. I wanted to be in those positions where Cavani was when Cavani came on. Like that's one thing I wanted Greenwood to take away.
If Greenwood was where Cavani was when Tellez crossed it, there was a goal.
Yeah,
there was a goal.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Mason would have tracked back just a little bit and actually read the ball and just put it in the back of the net. And I want the best for Mason. It just wasn't his day. I will agree with the 4. It was very poor.
Mason with the 4.
Decisions need to be made on some, in my opinion, about who's going to play up front and how we're going to build the team around them. I think we need to play under 9 more as a target man, because I think you'll get more goals like that, whoever it is.
Anyways, moving on to Ali. Because that Welsh fellow, I don't know if you guys want to talk about him, but like, was he playing? Did Dan James play today? All I seen was he got knocked at once, and then that was the only time I really seen Dan James. Other than that, I seen Bruno swear at him because of the cross. So if you guys want to give him a rating, Feel free, but
He
I don't
gets,
want to slaughter.
he gets a 1 for touching the ball.
Oh,
I would just put him into 4 because I'm actually realistic with James.
I would give
I'll time
Dan
James.
James non-applicable, but yeah, it is what it is. Same like this guy though. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's the same thing every week. Same thing every week. Subs atrocious, tactics atrocious, football atrocious. One.
Football atrocious. It's not appealing to the eye, but I won't say tactics because we did play a style and that won the game. So I don't want this football going forward. I just want to make that clear. I don't want it, and I do think it needs to change. And it is extremely boring, and it's not the United way. So it's embarrassing considering it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doing it, the Mr. Manchester United, you know. But at the same time, he did come with a plan, and the plan worked to the T. You know, it was a solid 2-0 win, and you have to you have to praise that. You know, we're in the competition, we're trying to win the competition, we won 2-0, and we move. And from my point of view, then after winning the Europa League, we focus on fixing these problems. You know, and I think because of that, I can't violate him too much. Substitute-wise, he could have done better. It wasn't horrible. And yeah, I'm gonna give him. I still feel I'm violating, but I'm gonna give him a 6.
I don't know what I did today. I think we could have had 3 more players for the next leg if I just picked the right team. I very much think if we just sort of say Tellez starting instead of Shaw, we would have been in the exact same position because Tellez looked lively. We probably would have even gotten a better goal. But hey, I don't think our tactic helped us very much. We just counted and hoped for the best, and they forced an error. That's it. Forced an error.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for cutting you. You finished.
Yeah.
From a pragmatic point of view, though, do you not think it worked out?
Who's trying to be pragmatic against last season's second division mid-table team?
I get that. That's what I'm saying. I think going forward we need to change it. But in terms of it working for the day, did it not work out? Yeah.
Barely.
It was luck.
Barely worked.
The penalty
Barely
was
worked.
fluke, and the first goal was a fluke.
No. But this is the style. It legit is like
Yes,
this.
it's
If
the
you watch
style.
Joseph
We're
play,
not
You know how
It isn't the
ridiculous
style.
the style is. It's so bad. It's
If you watch
luck.
Joseph
That's not how
play,
Jose plays.
It's
it's
Jose
about getting
played
that
blatant
us.
one
luck.
opportunity. It's about getting that one opportunity and taking it. That's what Jose used to lose his mind where we go to Anfield, we park the bus for freaking 70 minutes, then we get the opportunity and Ibra misses it. He used to get angry. So that's the whole style, you know? And in terms of that, I don't like it. Did work. So to a certain extent, you have to praise him for that.
Again, we want a treble under Mourinho. It's a sort of Tupperware treble, but we want a treble under Mourinho. If Oli was doing that with the same tactics, I'd be okay, he can get another season. It's okay, he can get another season. He can get the
that's
contract
fair.
extension. Move on.
That's fair.
But he's
But
not
then
doing that.
he's in the process of doing that. Though. He's in the process of trying to win the Europa League.
Yeah, and if he doesn't win it, I want his head on a plate.
I want his
Fair.
head anyways. I can't be asked
Yeah,
to watch this.
I really don't like him and everyone behind him in the back.
I just want someone to
I
just
don't
give
want
us one smacking. Just someone, maybe it happened again with Spurs. Spurs was the last team to give us a proper hiding. Maybe it'll happen again this weekend. Someone just needs to smack this team.
Kane
again.
and Spurs are licking their lips right now.
Yeah, but anyways, you got an exciting show tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, before we move on,
Yeah.
So you
this
guys-
is how the show gets long.
I'm not gonna deny it. Simple question: you guys prefer results over? You guys prefer entertainment over results?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounded like.
I am.
Not per
in my
se
head,
entertainment,
yes.
it's performance. It's performance. We didn't put it in a performance.
What does that mean though? Because
Performance are players playing with their heart. It's players looking to actually do
Yeah, like,
everything for
like-
the club.
Just quick, I don't want to go on a
Anything
tangent
you
because
want.
we're going to hit
Yeah.
40 minutes now anyways. But Diego Simeone plays pragmatic football. But I like Diego Simeone because I can see the idea. I can see the players, working around playing that sort of way. With Oli, it just seems half-assed, It just seems very unorganized and unplanned.
I want to see that plan from everyone, from the top, bottom, and Ollie just has no plan, and he just talks them up on the sidelines, going, "Go, Donny, go have fun out there."
okay,
That's
so
his job. And
if next season it looks more organized and it's still pragmatic, will you guys be cool with that?
No, I'm done. I said, unless the
Again.
football change, I'm done. Fuck this guy.
unless you get,
But you say you
the-
want it to look more
unless
organized.
get
No, I'm done with it.
something, some silverware.
I just said I
That
can
was my
respect
deal.
it, but I said I love Simeone. I'll never take him as Man United man. I'm done with these managers. I want a guy who comes here like Bielsa and says, "Fuck you guys, I'm going for it. Foot on the pedal.
Exactly.
I'm going for it. I'm going to try smack teams. That's what I want to do." So
But yeah, it sounds like you're saying you want entertainment though.
yeah, I do want entertainment.
That's what
I'm
it
getting
sounds like.
entertainment from any other club but my own. I love watching everyone else but my own club. That says it all. I'd rather watch Spurs versus who they played last week. I even forgot. I'd rather watch that game than watch my United game. That's how bad we are.
It's not good enough, and it's as simple as that. And today was a prime example of that. It was just half-assed. People didn't put in the performances, and our pragmatic approach got lucky. Because I can't even say that was a tactic. We launched a ball from a centre
From
back
our own
over the
box.
defensive line. What? You can't write that. Like you even said earlier, that's not something they work on in the training ground. That was
Yeah, true.
something purely
But it's
scripted
about-
that was on it. Go.
I'm gonna end it here. It's about taking the one chance that you create. You know, that's it to the T. And yeah, I hear you guys. Just I guess the pressures of being Manchester United manager. Really.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I think the very, very small positives from this game, and I'll give him a rating that reflects our scoreline. So 2.
There you go. There is your match reaction from us. It was very technical difficulty orientated, but it's fine. We're back tomorrow to discuss the Spurs preview, as well as we have a special guest tomorrow. I'm not going to mention it yet because it's a bit of a surprise, but stay tuned tomorrow. We'll have a special guest. I wouldn't say he's a Tottenham fan, but he is a Mourinho fanboy of note. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's going to be hella exciting. And we will check you all in the next one. Do subscribe if you're new. To smash a like, to comment down below your man of the match as well.